Yo, happy Sunday. That's right, people. It's Sunday. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you recoup. It's time to go back to work tomorrow. Don't forget, you're still a slave. You still got a job to do. Be there bright and early in the morning. What's up, guys? It's me, your girl, Vanaya. And, markets are still down. XRP is still, below 3. Thinking about buying some more. I bought some at 242. And then it went down to 233. I was like, ah! So, that happened. It's all good, though. It's back up to like 250 something, so already in profit. But yeah, just watching a lot of the videos. Yeah, people are like calling it out, you know? And here, this is the thing, like, I don't know, it took years, decades, for people to call out the stock market, the manipulation in that market. And that's not the case in crypto. In crypto, people are calling it out quick. You know, everyone's, market manipulation. 100%. 100%. But, I mean, that's the thing. You just pay attention. I don't know how long crypto market's gonna be like this, where you can just pay attention to people talking and know what to do from there. But there are other ways to gauge what's going on in the market. And once I learned this as well, things changed for me. Not everything in the world that you've been accustomed, that you've learned your whole life, not everything is what it seems it is. We conspiracy people, because we keep track of all the different conspiracies, whether we believe them or not, we feel we have no choice but to keep track of these conspiracies, because they're little clues. They're little clues and footsteps to where we're going. Example. Charlie Kirk. The guy who got shot in front of millions. The shot heard around the world, We conspiracy theorists have been waiting for this shot heard around the world for over 4 years now. See, in 2020, most of us who went researching what was going on came across certain people and certain PSYOPS. The Q movement, that for sure was a PSYOP. Me personally, I believe that it was a relax, guys, go sit on the couch and eat your popcorn and just watch the show. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. I know, it's getting hairy out there. Don't do anything. No militia yet. Just sit there and eat your popcorn. Daddy Trump's got it. I believe that they knew people were just going to be outraged as to what was going on with their government, within their government, just everything around the world, financial, just everything. Basically what we got going on right now. But they knew it would be intense during the Bidens. And so it was just a psyop, because they needed the Bidens to go in there and ruin everything so that Trump can come in and fix everything. And so that's all it was just a little psyop to keep the militia boys in their couch. And it worked well, you know. You have to remember, unlike other countries, America has citizens with guns. So there's, up to a certain point, this government can go. And the government knows that. Completely knows that. And they know the American people and how much they'll take and how far they'll go to protect their own ones. They do have the means to protect their own. You know, we've got Ruby Ridge. We've got, what is it, Amen Brothers or whatever with their you know, BML land. We got what is it, David Correct? Like there's example after example after example of what Americans with guns will do if the government comes down on them unjustly, or if they feel it's unjustly. So the government's not stupid. So they need to devise a plan to keep those guys in the couch. And it worked. With all that said, there was some rhetoric that was in that PSYOP. And some of that rhetoric was, you know, they're not coming after me, they're coming after you. You'll know it's time when the shot heard around the world is known. For 4 years, we've been waiting for all these little sayings in this PSYOP to come true, and they're coming true. You know? Charlie Kirk, that was a shot heard around the world. People who didn't even know Charlie Kirk were like, what? I knew who Charlie Kirk was, but I've never watched any of his shows. Not one. And any time I was recommended a show of his, or a clip, or anything like that, I just skipped. And I'm not saying I skipped because I didn't like him. I'm not saying I skipped because I didn't identify with what he said. I just skipped because it's beyond me. What Kirk has to say is beyond me. Because what Kirk was doing was he was trying to show the youth that were about to turn into adults that, hey, question everything. So for me, I didn't need Kirk because I was doing everything he said before he was even saying it. Charlie Kirk is the guy who wouldn't even give me time of day in school. And then years later at the bar, we came across each other like, wow, you really did know what you were talking about. Yeah, asshole, I did. So, why am I talking about Charlie Kirk? Well, you were to think that Charlie Kirk has nothing to do with the drop in crypto. But it does. Oh, baby, it does. Yeah. We conspiracy people, right? Iced coffee. You see, Charlie Kirk was shot September 10th. September 10th! You know? Was shot, killed, right? Well, the crypto markets took a huge dump. I'm talking diarrhea everywhere. And guess what day that happened? 10/9. That's right. Charlie Charlie Kirk was shot 9/10, and the crypto markets took a dump 10/9. You know, I just did this last night, and I wanted to make a video about this, and I was tired and forgot and went to sleep. Point being is that kind of connection that I just made right now is something I would have needed a video to point out to me. I would have needed someone in a video to be like, yeah, this connection, that connection, da da da. For the first time, no, it's not the first time actually. For the first time to be able to document it on video is now. I have yet to see a video from, I don't know, the 10 people that I wholeheartedly trust as far as opening my eyes to things. And they have not made that correlation. I feel all grown up now in my conspiratorial thoughts. You know, I used to need a little bit more help. I had half of the picture, and then I need a little bit more help, and then I'd look somewhere else, and I'd gather a little piece, and I'd put it together. This is like the first time that I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That guy died on that day. Marcus dropped that. Oh. Because there's been other instances where these people that I've watched for 5 years now would make these correlations for me on days that that Bitcoin shot up sky high or it came down hard. So, when I say not everything is what you think it is, that's a little bit of it. You know? That's a little bit of it. And then, you know, who was behind Charlie Kirk once he died? Trump. It was all Trump. Let's get his funeral. Let's bring out his wife. Let's bring her out so everyone can see what is left behind. And sure enough, you know, sure enough, they brought Erica Kirk out, her little pantsuit, you know, and then all these people, I don't know, it was as if the new generation of conspiratorial people came out and were like, hey, wait a minute. Do y'all remember that movie Snake Eyes? Yo, guys, this is like that movie. Look at what she's wearing. Look at what the wife now is wearing. This guy's name is Kirk, and this guy's name is... Oh, man. And then there's other things, too. It's like the first guy that claimed that he was the one who shot Kirk, who never even had a gun while he was there. Turns out he was at 9/11. He was in Vegas during that shoot. He was also, I mean, there's so many... I think he was in Israel for like a Gaza war. Like, this guy is in like every American disaster that has happened. Every shooting, mass shooting. This guy has been there. And and we know this because the conspiracy community is pulling the videos of this guy. And every single... This guy has been at all these events, all these assassinations, all these mass shootings. 9/11 And to top it all off, he works for the Salvation Army? What was his last place of employment? I don't know, guys. It sounds a little weird. But that's just one thing. There's a lot of other things. The video, people are researching the video. The fact that there was no autopsy. All this just stuff upon stuff upon stuff that is making normal people, people who didn't even like Charlie Kirk, are like, wait a minute. This does not seem right. Which is awesome. Which is awesome, because these assholes would never listen to me when I told them, look, they're fucking with you. They are fucking with you. He's probably not even dead. I don't know. You know, you got Patel. You got Patel saying, I see you in Valhalla. What does that mean? Is that the new heaven? Valhalla? Like, what? Well, where is that? So, you know, they've got a breaker in this one. So for me, when I see and hear things like that, and it's not my community bringing and pointing these things out, wow. Wow. Yeah, people are waking up. People are waking up. So, you know, there are a lot of things that aren't real. That Erica Kirkley, sorry to go back to this, but I'm sorry, that's weird. Wait, you mean to tell me that you were in a music video about how crazy you are, or your character is? You were also in Trump's beauty pageants? What? And now you're Trump again? With all this Kirk dead stuff? Yeah, nah. It's really sus. You've got to be a fucking moron to not question what is going on. A fucking moron. Or blue-pilled. Now, don't think that I'm like, oh, Democrat, Republican. No. I'm saying blue-pilled because, fortunately for us, at least the Republicans are asking questions. Shit, some of them are even mad at Trump now, which I applaud you. Finally, holding your leader or your voted leader accountable. Thank God. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on with this country. Nobody holds anybody accountable anymore. The only people that get held accountable are the scapegoats. I should know. That's all. You know? We won't investigate the behavior that brought us to wherever we're at. No, we're just going to investigate the reaction. Okay. So, that's why our state is in the state that it's in. Nobody cares. The only people that care about Pacific Palisades are Pacific Palisades people. No one cares. I mean, yeah, they're rich people, and that's why nobody cared to find out the truth. But they're looking into the truth. People are looking into the truth. People are trying to find out, like, what the heck happened here? And rightfully so. But it's not enough. It's just one city. It's just them. And the government that pulled all that off, the Newsom, the Bass, they knew we wouldn't care. They knew. The governments, the people that work in it know. It's all about just managing crises. That's what California has now. Managing crises. We don't have leaders that are willing to do the work to prevent the crises. You see, there's no cameras around when you're doing things that prevent mass destruction. There are only cameras around when you're trying to fix and manage that disaster that has happened. So, in California, we just have leaders who only show up when it's time to fix things. They're never willing to go out of their way to fix things before it becomes a problem. And because of that, you have all these other cities doing the same thing. And it's like, yo, what the... So we have this gubernatorial race. And, is it governor or... I don't know. Yeah, it's governor. But, got that Katie Porter. Katie Porter. Let me just say this. I saw those interviews with that chick. And if you wanted to know the temperament and how Hollywood deals with things, that's it right there. Katie Porter. That's how the straight men, the gay men, the straight women, and the gay women, and the trans in Hollywood react to tough, honest, real questions. That's how they act. That's exactly how they act. You form an opinion, or not an opinion, you give them facts and you question them on there, and they're just like, whoa, I'm still going to do this. You're bringing me numbers and statistics and facts. I don't want to deal with that. Whoa. No, I need to go to my safe space. Okay? I'll be back. I'm going to go to my safe space now. That is Hollywood right there. And you can show them whatever numbers. You can put someone who's lived whatever they're talking about, lived through it, done it. And it doesn't matter. Whatever talking point these people now believe in, that's it. That is the truth. That is the truth root. And Jesus, fuck it. For them, Satan can come down and say, oh, no, that's not exactly how. And like, fuck you, Satan. This is how it is. I don't care. You can go suck dick with Jesus. That's how these people are, man. You could have Newsom out there graping kids all over the place. And like, because these people are so dead set on, oh, if it doesn't have a D on it, they ain't voting it. Well, it does have a D, but he's a graper. No, that's all I need. We need to make sure those D's stay there. And it's just like, what? And it's so aggravating. But at the same time, for me, it helps me understand why we don't have our flying cars yet. I wouldn't give us flying cars either. If I were the smart people with the smart technology and I'm watching these people vote for these evil, greedy people, I'd be like, yeah, they're not ready for the flying cars yet. Look at how stupid they are. They're voting for people who are going to just take their money. No flying cars yet. So, again, it's all connected and none of it is real. None of it. What I mean by none of it is real is everybody's just put there. You know? Charlie Cook was put there. And when he no longer was serving the mission, they took him out. Replaced him with many different people. And people were like, what? No. Get that Shapiro guy out of there. And then they brought in his wife. You know, she's going to carry the legacy on. And you know why they put her in? Because she can be trusted. That's right, Erica Kirk can be trusted. In fact, she could be so trusted, she's probably the one who was handling Charlie this whole time. Clearly, she was put in to handle Charlie by the Trump's administration. How much of that marriage was real? I don't know. You look at all their pictures and the pictures that they have with them and their kids, you never see their kid's face. Ever. Go ahead. Go to the Facebook page. Try to look for the family photos. You'll see. You'll never see a kid's face. It's all weird. But all the other things that I've learned that were weird, 9/11. That was my wake-up day. 9/11. So close to my birthday. It was like a birthday. It was like Source came down and gave me a gift. The gift was, wake the fuck up, stupid. Wake the fuck up, sheep. Sure, I went down the rabbit holes, made the connections, the people who bought the building, the insurance that they bought day one. There's a lot of evidence about 9/11. A lot. Too much. Let's go this way. I don't think we went this way. There's just too much evidence. Oh no, we did go this way. Let's go this way instead. Good boy. There's just too much evidence. But I was so young I've always been conspiratorial, but I was so young in unraveling it. In high school, I was the type of person who would make claims, conspiracy theorist claims, and I couldn't put them together and explain it to you. But now that I'm an adult and after 9/11, 9/11 helped me do that. Because it wasn't just me, it was a bunch of other people just like me trying to figure this out. And there's only certain places that we could do that. And at that time, YouTube was one of those places. And they weren't censoring us as much, but they did censor. But either way, there was a lot of other, there was ways to investigate. But you had to want to. No one was going to force you. And at that time, you knew whatever was being said about the situation, you knew it was false. You knew it was wrong. You knew they were lying to you. But once I figured what I figured out with 9/11, it was too hard to put it away or unsee that our government does these things. Charlie Kirk, churches being shot up, Vegas, airplanes, helicopters, basketball players named Bryant in helicopters. It's all done on purpose. Do the people who die in these little events, do they know? I don't know. Probably not. Do they know last minute? Probably not. Maybe. Do they make that correlation? Listen, we have to face it. I have to face it. As much as I don't like celebrities anymore, I didn't. After working in Hollywood for 20 years, going on 25 years, you've seen one, you've seen them all. You deal with one, bitchy one, you've dealt with them all. Yeah, I do have a bad taste in my mouth with a lot of the celebrities I've met, worked with, dealt with. And It's taken me a while, a very long time, to understand that they're just puppets. Not only are they puppets, but they're actually prisoners. I know, it sounds weird. They're just rich prisoners. They have to do what their corporations tell them to do. They have to do the roles. Even if you don't want to play that wrestler or play that victim in a movie, it's not your choice. It's what your talent agency told you to do. And in Hollywood, those talent agencies, they're powerful. Very powerful. They donate a lot of money to the politicians. Hollywood and the politicians are so connected. I learned that too. Not just Hollywood, but just celebrities in general, music and Hollywood. You know, thanks to theater, I was able to see both. You know, when celebrities want to break into Hollywood, what they do is they train for it first. And how they train for Hollywood first is they go into theater. Well, for 15 years, I was a stage manager. And a damn good one. On top of that, if you hired me, you didn't have to hire a sound operator or a lighting operator. And if you contacted me early enough, I could patch your lights for you too. I can hang and patch them. I can do everything. If you didn't hire me and you hired a regular stage manager, well, then you still had to hire a soundboard operator, and you still had to hire a hanger and a patcher and an operator. So you could say I cornered the market in stage management. I became one of the most wanted if you were trying to cut your costs. And because of that, I used to say I had the privilege. Now, I came on some bad luck and ran into the Knowles. When I say the Knowles, I mean Beyonce's mama and Beyonce's stepdad and mama's husband. I started stage managing for them, for the husband at his Waco theater that the mom and the boyfriend opened up. And, you know, they wanted a huge gala after and before the grand opening. They wanted a huge, you know, Beyonce's mom. We want the theater to be a big deal. How do we do that? Oh, let's have Bay come through. Oh, great idea. And they helped open that theater. A couple months later, they had a gala. And who do you think came? That's right, Bay and Jay, they came. But it wasn't just them, but because of them. Whew. I mean, I knew I was going to see some big names in TV, film, and music. But I didn't expect the politicians to be there. I didn't expect to run into Miss Waters and serve her a cocktail or two. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to see other Democratic leaders there. That was a... The fuck? What are they... What the... What? So, that was eye-opening. So, there's a lot about the world I know that you don't know about. There's a lot that I've seen that you've never seen. As much as I'd like to unsee those things, I don't as well. And I thank God, source, universe, whatever, for showing me those things. Because for the longest time, I've always had, like, I know they're colluding. You don't have proof. And along the line of my life, in the various situations I've been in, I've found myself in these events where I'm just like, wow, I cannot believe I just witnessed that. It's funny that I was able to be in Hollywood, as long as I was. But the only way to be that and to do that and to be there was for me to put everything away. Just to forget about all conspiracies. Forget that there's possibilities of all this other stuff. You know? And that's why I always thank COVID for bringing me back. Moral of this video is, unfortunately, everything is connected. And all entertainment, music, TV, film, video games, all of it is designed to keep you from noticing that everything is connected. It's designed to keep you from discovering who you are and your true capabilities. It's all there to make you bored and to want it. It's all there to keep you from wanting to uplift your situation. It's there to even keep you from understanding you can uplift your life and improve it. I don't want you to know that either. They just want you to be entertained. And that is why one person on a set full of hundreds is making millions. Because at a certain point, those actors understand exactly what they're doing. They're told. There are things and rituals they do that help them understand the spell they're about to put on millions of people. It is also why they live lives of seclusion. It is also why when some of them start to speak out and start to tell you these little things, they mysteriously die in airplane crashes, helicopter crashes, high-speed accidents that go straight into houses, blow up. It's even to the point, the minute you try to tell people what's really going on, they don't care. You could be the president of the United States. The minute you're spilling the beans and giving people a little bit of insight, they'll even kill you that way. You know, some say Charlie got what he deserved. Some say Charlie got what he got because he was waking up. Maybe. Some say, oh, Israel is no longer talking for Israel. Maybe. Or maybe, just maybe, Charlie Kirk's murder, assassination, was done to piss people off, the right people, and to wake other people up, the right people, and was just a signal for the markets to tank. I think it was all of that. And just to make sure, well, let's put the President of the United States, let's put him out there and start talking. On 10-9. Oh, look, there's a kitty. Hi, kitty. That little kitty has a mom, and they live here. And I let them live here because we have rats. I don't know if we have rats and some possums. I think that kitty's... he hasn't seen it yet, or else he would have. Anyway, point I'm making is not everything is what you think it is, and there's a lot more to everything we are being told right now. So what you see in the headlines isn't real. Whatever explanation the headliners give you, it's not real. Leave it. Leave it. Hey! Good boy. It's not real. Everything that you see in the headlines, we're all done to get something done that they need done or want done. Leave it. Hey! Hey! Tiger! Tiger! Dog. Alright, I gotta go before this dog kills this kitten. Talk to you later. Bye.